Section 18 of A Traveller's Narrative, written to illustrate the episode of the Bab. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Nicholas James Bridgewater. A Traveller's Narrative, written to illustrate the episode of the Bab, by Abdul-Baha Abbas, translated by Edward Granville Browne. Section 18. O would that thou mightest permit, O King, that we should send unto thy Majesty that whereby eyes would be refreshed, souls tranquilized, and every just person assured that with him, that is Bahá'u'lláh, is knowledge of the book. Were it not for the turning aside of the ignorant and the wilful blindness of the doctors, verily I would utter a discourse whereat hearts would be glad and would fly unto the air, from the murmur of whose winds is heard, there is no God but He. But now, because the time admitteth it not, the tongue is withheld from utterance, and the vessel of declaration is sealed, until God shall unclose it by His power. Verily, He is the potent, the powerful. Glory be to Thee, O God, O my God! I ask of Thee in Thy name, whereby Thou hast subdued whomsoever is in the heavens and the earth, that Thou wilt keep the lamp of Thy religion with the glass of Thy power and Thy favours, so that the winds of denial pass not by it from the region of those who are heedless of the mysteries of Thy sovereign name. Then increase its light by the oil of Thy wisdom. Verily, Thou art potent over whomsoever is in Thy earth and Thy heaven. O Lord, I ask of Thee by the supreme word, whereat whosoever is in the earth and the heaven feareth, save him who taketh hold of the most firm handle. Note Quran 2:257, 31:21. Endnote. That Thou wilt not abandon me amongst Thy creatures. Lift me up unto Thee, and make me to enter in under the shadow of Thy mercy, and give me to drink of the pure wine of Thy grace, that I may dwell under the canopy of Thy glory and the domes of Thy favours. Verily, Thou art powerful unto that Thou wishest, and verily Thou art the protecting, the self-subsisting. O King, the lamps of justice are extinguished, and the fire of persecution is kindled on all sides, until that they have made my people captives. This is not the first honour which hath been violated in the way of God. It behoveth every one to regard and recall what befell the kindred of the Prophet, until that the people made them captives and brought them in unto Damascus the spacious. And amongst them was the Prince of Worshippers, the stay of the elect, the sanctuary of the eager, the soul of all besides him be his sacrifice. It was said unto them, Are ye seceders? The soul of all beside him be his sacrifice. It was said unto them, Are ye seceders? He said, No, by God, we are servants who have believed in God and in His signs, and through us the teeth of faith are disclosed in a smile, and the sign of the Merciful One shineth forth. Through our mention spreadeth al-Bahá'u'lláh. Note Mecca, endnote. And the darkness which intervened between earth and heaven is dispelled. It was said, Have ye forbidden what God hath sanctioned, or sanctioned what God hath forbidden? He said, We were the first who followed the commandments of God. We are the source of command and its origin, and the first fruits of all good and its consummation. We are the sign of the Eternal and His commemoration amongst the nations. It was said, Have ye abandoned the Qur'an? He said, Through us did the Merciful One reveal it, and we are gales of the All-Glorious amidst His creatures. We are streams which have arisen from the most mighty ocean, whereby God revived the earth after its death. From us His signs are diffused, His evidences are manifested, and His tokens appear, and with us are His mysteries and His secrets. It was said, For what fault then were ye afflicted? He said, For the love of God and our severance from all beside Him. Verily, we have not repeated His expressions, Upon Him be peace, but rather we have made manifest a spray from the ocean of life, which was deposited in His words, that by it those who advance may live and be aware of what hath befallen the trusted ones of God on the part of an evil and most reprobate people. And today we see the people censuring those who acted unjustly of yore, while they oppress more vehemently than those oppressed, and know it not. By God, I do not desire sedition, but the purification of God's servants from all that withholdeth them from approach to God, the King of the day of invocation. I was asleep on my couch. The breaths of my Lord the Merciful passed over me and awakened me from sleep. To this bear witness the denizens of the realms of His power and His kingdom, and the dwellers in the cities of His glory, and Himself the True. I am not impatient of calamities in His way, nor of afflictions for His love and at His good pleasure. God hath made affliction as a morning shower to this green pasture, and as a match for His lamp, whereby earth and heaven are illumined. Shall that which anyone hath of wealth endure unto him, or avail him tomorrow with him who holdeth his forelock? If any should look on those who sleep under slabs, and keep company with the dust, can he distinguish the bones of the king's skull from the knuckles of the slave? No, by the King of Kings. Or doth he know governors from herdsmen, or discern the wealthy and the rich from him who is without shoes or carpet? By God, distinction is removed, save for him who fulfilled righteousness and judged uprightly. Where are the doctors, the scholars, the nobles? Where is the keenness of their glances, the sharpness of their sight, the subtlety of their thoughts, the soundness of their understandings? Where are their hidden treasures and their apparent gauds, their bejewelled thrones and their ample couches? Alas! All have been laid waste, and the decree of God hath rendered them as scattered dust. Emptied is what they treasured up, and dissipated is what they collected, and dispersed is what they concealed. They have become such that thou seest naught but their empty places, their gaping roofs, their uprooted beams, their new things waxed old. As for the discerning man, verily wealth will not divert him from regarding the end, and for the prudent man riches will not withhold him from turning toward God, the rich, the exalted. Where is he who held dominion over all whereon the sun arose, and who spent lavishly and sought after curious things in the world and what is therein created? Where is the lord of the swarthy squadron and the yellow standard? Where is he who ruled Zawra? Note Baghdad. The name, or rather epithet, of Zawra, the crooked, is applied to no less than 10 different places. Siyaqut Mushtarik, edited by Wistenfeld, page 235. But in this and similar places, Baghdad, the capital of the perfidious Abbasids, so detestable to every true Shiite, is intended. And where he who wrought injustice in Damascus the spacious, where are they at whose bounty treasures were afraid, at whose open-handedness and generosity the ocean was dismayed? Where is he whose arm was stretched forth in rebelliousness, whose heart turned away from the merciful one? Where is he who used to make choice of pleasures and cull the fruits of desires? Where are the dames of the bridal chambers and the possessors of beauty? Where are their waving branches and their spreading boughs, their lofty palaces and trellised gardens? Where is the smoothness of the expanses thereof, and the softness of their breezes, the rippling of their waters, and the murmur of their winds, the cooing of their doves, and the rustling of their trees? Where are their laughing hearts and their smiling teeth? Woe unto them! They have descended to the abyss and become companions to the pebbles. Today no mention is heard of them, nor any sound. Nothing is known of them, nor any hint. Will the people dispute it while they behold it? Will they deny it when they know it? I know not in what valley they wander erringly. Do they not see that they depart and return not? How long will they be famous in the low countries and in the high, descend and ascend? Is not the time yet come to those who believe, for their hearts to become humble for the remembrance of God? Note Quran 57:15. Well is it with that one who hath said or shall say, Yea, O Lord, the time is ripe and hath come, and who severeth himself from all that is. Alas, naught is reaped but what is sown, and naught is taken but what is laid up, save by the grace of God and his favour. Hath the earth conceived him whom the veils of glory prevent not from ascending into the kingdom of his Lord, the Mighty, the Supreme? Have we any good works whereby defects shall be removed, or which shall bring us near unto the Lord of causes? We ask God to deal with us according to his grace, not his justice, and to make us of those who turn toward him and sever themselves from all beside him. End of section 18.